Hey, welcome to Grandpa Sees the Blinking. Please don't take anything Grandpa says as financial advice. Grandpa is not a financial planner, and if you would, please like, share, and subscribe. Yes, like Grandpa. Everybody does, especially his grandchildren. Share Grandpa with somebody that you love, and subscribe just because it makes Grandpa happy. Hey, we 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 got divergence in a good way, and Grandpa's going to talk about that shortly. And also, I believe we are going to gap up, and Grandpa's right about 80-90% of the time. I was wrong today, so I'm due to hit a winner. Uh, but truthfully, I'm usually right 9 out of 10 times, pretty much. So I think we're going to gap up in a big way, and I'm going to talk to you about that in a little bit. But prior to that, I would like to uh, talk about. I misspoke in one of my previous live streams. I was on the wrong thing, and I want to straighten it out. So today we did trading the WICK retracement with my guys. The trading the WICK retracement method. And I'll explain how that works as I explain where we actually did our buying and selling. So here we have a 5-minute candle chart. Okay, these are Heikin ASHI candles, and this is a buy signal here in the 5-minute chart going up. Okay. So anyway, as this thing is coming down, we're looking for an opportunity to go long, okay? But we don't want to wait for the signal, because if we do, we're going to have an average of 214 and a half, maybe 214.75. And all your, it's better if you have a lower average when you're going long. The lower down you can buy, obviously, the more potential you have to make money on the way up. And so that's where this method comes in so nice. And so Grandpa calls it trading the wicks. And what we did was in this candle here where it was 213.50, Grandpa says, okay, let's everybody buy a few shares at 213.25. And so everybody did. And then the idea is you buy, if you're trying for 100 shares, you buy 10 there. And then 25 cents below that at 213 even, you take and buy yourself an additional 20 shares, and then at 212.75 you get yourself another 20 shares, and at 212.50 you get yourself another 20 shares. And by golly, most of them did. Now we also had to buy below that at 212.25 that never got filled. It didn't get filled, but they had a bunch of shares, depending on their budget and what they all got going and what they were doing, and whether they did it Grandpa's way or however they felt like putting their shares in. And so overall, they probably had an average of, 212.75. I would say it was real close to what they actually. I think my son had an average of 212.62 even. How he managed it, I don't know. But, and he made $750 today, and another one made a little over 300, and the other one made about 200, right at 200. So they did good. So now we're all in this position going along, and how we did that was, well this particular candle here was forming, there, I watched the 1 minute chart at all times too, and we got a buy signal in the 1 minute. That was my sign to start doing the retracement deal, because we have a buy signal in the 1 minute. We know it's going up in the 1 minute while it's going down still in the 5 minute. Okay, and sure enough, the 1 minute went up, and we ended up getting this buy signal in the 5 minute. And when we got this buy signal in the 5 minute, the 1 minute was still a sell signal, but it quickly changed and became a buy signal. And everybody went up and they took their profits and they were happy. And then we did it again. We let it come back down, and we did it again down here. Same scenario, and we bought the WICK, I call it, and we virtually grabbed a $1.50, $2, and everybody was out. And that was pretty much it for the day. The one guy did a little trading towards the end of the day, and I was communicating with him throughout it, and he's got a real good handle on what's going on. There's no doubt about it. So that's what went on there. Okay, so now let's move ourselves to the end of the day here and look how bad it looks. We're hovering around 209.80 after hours, and however, volume increased on falling prices today by 13 million shares. So 76 million shares were traded in Tesla today. Their overall average is 90.5 million shares, but Grandpa considers this a good thing, a strong signal for Tesla. Okay. Also keep in mind the dominant trend is currently up. We have a buy signal in the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. So the short-term dominant trend is absolutely up, and I'll show that to you shortly. Let's see. If, and I don't think this is going to happen, but if we open below 209, expect 205 in a quick hurry, on its way to 199, on its way to 150, okay? But if we open or close above 211.25, we are back in a buy signal, and you look for the mid 215 area, followed by the mid 220s or 220 range. Okay, so gapping up. At the open tomorrow, or pre-market, whatever, when it starts trading decent at 7 a.m. or 9:30, I expect Tesla to open up in the 213 area. And I actually think it's going to open in that area at the 9:30 Eastern time, the real opening. So that's gapping us up. I don't know. I wish I could do math. 13, 10, 3, strong $3. Okay, I think we're going to open above 213, just at the open. Okay, and we'll probably retrace a little bit. That's all fine. Who knows? It don't matter. We're just going to make money, that's all. The range on Wednesday, I believe, is going to run on the extreme outside edges at down to 200 on the very low side, up to 221 tomorrow on the very high side. I don't really expect to see either of those numbers, but with Tesla, you never know. You just don't know. But the range I really expect that it's going to run in tomorrow on Wednesday is 209.50, 209, 209.50 to 218, 218.50 area. It's possible we could bounce up and hit that 220, but that's where I think we're gonna range tomorrow. And this is only Grandpa's opinion, for the most part. Let's see. Hey, towards the end of this week or early next week, from what I'm seeing with Grandpa's weird calculations he does, I'm expecting it to start closing. I think we're going to start seeing some closes in the 220, 221 area, with spikes above that. I think Grandma may have a chance to get out of her long position she's in at 221 next week. We got to sell in at 226, just in her little cash account that she's got that she likes to trade. So that will make Grandma happy, and I think if we don't hit it this week, I really think we're going to next week. In the very near term, you are in a buy signal. You are absolutely in a buy signal, and I will show you why. We have a buy signal in the daily. Okay, she's having trouble getting through this trend line, but once she breaks this trend line will act as support as we climb up, to the 227 or wherever it's going to head. And I think that's very likely. End of the week, not so likely, but sometime next week. Always expect the unexpected with Tesla. And the weekly is absolutely a buy signal. It looks sick. There's no doubt about it, but this candle doesn't end until Friday. We don't even know what that candle is going to be yet. It could be up here for all we know. And we have a buy signal in the monthly. So the dominant trend is currently up. And that's just the way it is. Me and Grandma are going to probably make some money tomorrow in our limited margin account. And we'll see how it goes. Grandpa's got his 3 methods that he likes to trade. And it's just a question of knowing which one you should be doing at the time, and that's not always all that easy either. And it's the Heikin ASHI reverse engulfing method. I like to use that out of the gate a lot of times. If you want a more calm day, you do trading the WICK retracement method. I just love. That's my favorite by far. And trading the near-term range or scalping. When she's moving sideways, if you want to pick up an extra $200-$300 during the day and goof around with it. But I rarely do it in and out. Even if I can go in and out 5 different times, I'll do it a couple times, pick up a few $100 or whatever, and I just quit doing it because I don't want to get caught where it breaks up or down and I'm in the wrong direction. I just don't, because I'm running blind. I'm running with no signals. I'm just recognizing that it's moving straight sideways, and that's all it's to it, So let's see, 4-hour chart, we have a sell signal, but that can reverse here by morning. Don't worry about that, in Grandpa's humble opinion. And I can be wrong about the gap up, but I don't think so. I do not think so. They cleaned out a lot of people that were long today with this dive down here. This is the 1-hour chart. And besides that, we're due for a golden cross in that 5-minute. I'll show you the death cross we got right here. It came in at 214.50, and until it turns into a golden cross, it's still prevalent. And currently, we've got 209.29 out of it, so 450 and 70, 530, $5.30 death cross we got. And I'm anticipating sometime either pre-market or right near the open, a possible golden cross coming in. Now, these golden crosses can give you anywheres from, in the 5-minute chart, anywheres from, usually they're around $2.50 at a minimum, but they can give you as little as $1. And I've seen multiple times $12 or more, $12.70. It can give you if it's a rocking and rolling one. A lot of times it's $4, $5, $7 somewhere in there that you get. But if you're at 230, depending on where it hits, if it hits around 213.50 area, or 213, say it hits at 213, the golden cross, and you get $4 out of it, we're up at 217 in a heartbeat. So and if we get a little more out of it, you're going to see 220. So yeah, it's exciting. Oh, Grandpa just loves it. And tomorrow morning we're going to be live at 9:15 a.m. You can listen to me. Keep in mind there's a little bit of lag, approximately 1 minute from what you see on YouTube to what I'm actually saying. If you're trying to trade, it's not so bad if I'm on doing the retracement one. But if I'm doing the reverse engulfing trading, that you got to be right jolly on the stick with. And this week, I'm hoping to get it set up where I can have up to 100 of you listen, so you can listen to Grandpa live. So that if you want to go in and out on what we're seeing, you can. We're dropping off here. We're down at right around 209.50. They're not done scaring everybody yet, in Grandpa's humble opinion. And that's just fine. So look for an open around 213 tomorrow. And I think we're going to gap up pre-market here tomorrow. And we'll see how that works. Okay. So, hey, probably most importantly, think about eternity once in a while. Grandpa does. See you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.